Hello, Misfits. This is Kevin.
And this is Kate.
Welcome to Horrorwood. Ooh, I almost forgot the intro.
You did look a little confused for a second.
I stopped and I was like, connect.
You were like, now what?
And now what do? We talk.
Like
Yes.
we do every week.
Like we do all the time. Try to take over the world.
Ah.
Remember Pinky and the Brain?
I loved Pinky and the Brain. Animaniacs every day when I
Yes.
got home from school. This is going to gross a lot of people out, but I would eat a can of Beanie Weenies while watching Animaniacs after I got home from school. And it was divine.
I love that, Kate. And I do not judge you.
Thank you.
I wasn't a Beanie Weenies fan, but I could see the allure.
The thing was, you could get them at Sam's Club in bulk. So we would get these giant packages, and
Yeah.
one can was like, they were small, like kid sized.
Yeah.
Perfect amount. If it wasn't SpaghettiOs, it was Beanie Weenies.
Oh, amazing.
Yep.
I used to love those little Kraft mac and cheese cups.
Oh, yeah. Those are still big. Those are
They're
still
still a
around.
big thing.
Yeah.
I still love them.
For sure.
Still a good time.
Hey,
For a long time, I would come home and watch the first Pokemon movie.
interesting. I think that was after my time of that
Yeah.
like age group.
For sure. I mean, I got into the cards.
Okay.
And
yeah.
then I got into the movies. It was a very time-consuming, money-spending hobby.
Ooh.
Because you would go and buy packs of cards from like KB Toys or like in the mall.
KB Toys, what a throwback.
I know. I would love KB.
The cards that I used to collect were Garbage Pail Kids.
Okay.
That was the thing. You got a piece of gum in the pack.
Oh, I love it. My
Yeah.
ex-boyfriend collected Garbage Pail
Oh,
Kids.
nice.
Yeah.
And that's just been a journey through Kevin and Kate's childhood.
Yeah. I just thought we would take a trip down memory lane
I love
for
it.
a hot second.
You know what I want to do right now is shout
Oh.
out our newest Patronian.
Kelly
Elson, thank you so much. She joined on our
yearly tier.
which
We're stopping, Kate. We're having those moments.
we're breaking down and we haven't even begun.
I know.
I shouldn't call it a tier because it's still Misfit Burner. It's the same tier.
It's the same tier. It's just you're committing for a longer time.
Yes, in one fell swoop. So thank you so much,
Thank you,
Kelly.
Kelly.
We really appreciate it. Oh, and because she signed up before September 1st,
Fall gift package.
it means she gets a fall gift package. And if you don't know what we're talking about, then I guess you're not a Patronian. But if you sign up by September 1st, you will receive a fall gift package curated by Kevin and myself. And we put together little things and we ship it to you. And we usually try to write like a little note. And it's literally just us like at a table, writing notes, making things if we're making something, compiling everything. I mean, it comes from us. We don't like outsource it.
No, Kate and I spend like a day or two
Yeah.
sitting down at your kitchen table and assembling these packages,
Yes.
writing you custom notes. We really put work into it. So
It's like my favorite,
it's
one of my
fun.
favorite things.
You and I put horror movies on in the background.
Yeah, it's so fun.
Yeah.
So Kelly's going to get one of those.
Hey, Kelly.
And if you do want one of those, it's only for our Misfit Murderino tier, which is our $5 and up tier. $5 little dollary dues. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
And you do need to opt into gifts because that's the only way that your address will show up to us. Otherwise, we don't know where to send it and you will not get one and you will be sad.
And so will we. We want to send you one.
Exactly. If you have received one in the past, we have your address and it's all good. But if you are new to the Patronians and you did not opt in for gifts, maybe go back and check on that.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else at the top here?
Oh, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, I'm excited for you to tell me the story.
I am too. I had fun with this one.
Oh, good.
Have you seen the movie I Know What You Did Last Summer?
The OG?
The OG.
A long time ago.
Okay.
Can I tell you, I was so excited for the new one. Panned. It's gotten the worst reviews.
No.
Yeah, I was really sad about that.
Oh, I'm sure it probably did. I'm still going to check it out, though.
I'm going to check it out, but I'll wait for it to come on streaming.
That's fair enough. I understand that. I was trying to remember if I saw the OG in theaters, but I don't think I did. I think my mom loved horror movies a lot, so she would take me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Because she didn't want to go alone, I guess. I don't know. Whatever.
Sure.
I had fun. But I think I remember seeing it in theaters. I definitely remember seeing Scream in theaters.
Okay.
Like that was a thing. So yeah, a reboot, since this will come out on Monday, right? A reboot just came out today, or came out on Friday. I love that I was like Monday and then today.
I know you thought so hard about it and then you just immediately went back.
Abandoned it. A reboot of the movie, the original movie is coming out, or came out on Friday.
You're having trouble.
I'm fucking it up already. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It sounds great to me.
Great. Thank you, Kate. Someone's like, Kevin needs to be committed because I think he has dementia.
Oh, that really took a leap.
Well, there's mean comments about glue and stuff. Whatever.
It was just one glue comment.
Just one glue comment.
Just the one glue comment.
I love it.
I'm over here just eating my Elmer's.
Yeah, I'm telling this story. Kate's just eating spoonfuls of Elmer's. She loves it.
Loves so much. If you don't know what we're talking about, listen to last week's episode.
Exactly. So the reboot I want to see because it has Jennifer Love Hewitt reprising her role and Freddie Prinze Jr. reprising his role.
Yeah.
So I'm ready to see it. I just watched the original a couple of weeks ago, and it got me thinking about horror movie origins, specifically around this. I feel like we find a lot of slasher movies are based on real stories or have some kind of connection to something in the real world.
Yeah.
So I decided to do some digging.
And what did you turn
Oh, ho, ho, ho. I'm not
Santa?
Santa Claus.
Wrong holiday.
Wrong
here.
holiday. The origins of the movie, written by Kevin Williamson of Scream fame, are based on a 1973 novel of the same name by Lois Duncan.
Wow, I did not know it was a book first.
I had no clue. But the movie also heavily features the urban legend of the Hook Man, a legend dating back to the 1950s, likely based on a spree of murders that took place in Texarkana in 1946.
Oh, geez.
So let's dive into the urban legend first, and then we'll go from there.
Got it.
I'm going to tell you the story. I found the actual story, and I'm going to use your name, Kate, as the main character, because you can literally put in any name you want to in this.
Okay.
So I'm gonna.
Now I'm nervous.
All right.
It's like immersive theater.
It is. Welcome to my show. I don't know. I'm about to read the Hookman urban legend as told in the book Spooky Campfire Tales, told by S.E. Schlosser.
Alrighty.
And taken from the American Folklore website.
Which I'm sure you'll probably link.
Oh, of course. And I'll link the book as well.
Yeah.
The reports had been on the radio all day, though Kate hadn't paid much attention to them.
Oh.
Some crazy man had escaped from the state asylum. They were calling him the Hook Man since he had lost his right arm and had it replaced with a hook.
You know what this reminds me of?
What?
Adventures in Babysitting.
Ah.
Did you see that movie?
Oh, it's old, right?
It's like
in the 80s?
Late 80s.
Late 80s. I think I saw it, but I don't remember it very well.
And he's got the hook for the hand. I loved that movie. I know it's not the one that we're talking about today, but I loved that movie.
No, but that's the thing. Like, this trope of a hook man is based on this urban legend and pops up in everything.
Oh, wow.
So he was a killer, and everyone in the region was warned to keep watch and report anything suspicious. But this didn't interest Kate. She was more worried about what to wear on her date.
I mean, that's important.
It is. I get it. After several consultation calls with friends, Kate chose a blue outfit in the very latest style and was ready and waiting on the porch when her boyfriend came to pick her up in his car.
I just want to say that I would not contact several friends to discuss my outfit because I can dress myself, but thank you.
I understand. They went to a drive-in movie with another couple, then dropped them off and went parking in the local Lover's Lane.
Oh.
The blue outfit was a hit, and she cuddled close to her boyfriend as they kissed to the sound of romantic music on the radio. Then, The announcer came on and repeated the warning she had heard that afternoon. An insane killer with a hook in place of his right hand was loose in the area.
Ooh.
Suddenly, the dark, moonless night didn't seem so romantic to her. The Lover's Lane was secluded and off the beaten track, a perfect spot for a deranged madman to lurk, she thought, pushing her amorous boyfriend away. Maybe we should get out of here, she said. That hook man sounds dangerous.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, come on, babe. It's nothing, her boyfriend said, trying to get in another kiss. That's my straight and high school guy voice.
That was so great.
Was it good?
It was great. Come on, babe. It's nothing.
Don't worry about it. No, really. We're all alone out here. I'm scared, she said. They argued for a moment. Then the car shook a bit, as if something or someone had touched it.
Turn that ignition and let's go.
Get out. She gave a shriek and said, get us out of here now.
Get us out of here now.
Exactly.
I was trying to give you the dramatic read.
Do it.
From my character.
Your character arc. Jeez, her boyfriend said in disgust. But he turned the key and went roaring out of the Lover's Lane with a screeching of his tires. They drove home in stony silence, and when they pulled into her driveway, he refused to help her out of the car.
Well, what an ass.
He was being so unreasonable, she fumed to herself. She opened the door indignantly and stepped into her driveway with her chin up and her lips set. Whirling around, she slammed the door as hard as she could, and then she screamed.
Ah! No, wait.
Just like that.
Betty's back.
Betty's back. Her boyfriend leapt out of the car and caught her in his arms. What is it? What's wrong? He shouted.
In his best straight man voice.
Thank you. Then he saw it. A bloody hook hung from the handle of the passenger side door.
Uh-oh.
Someone's missing a hook. The legend of the Hook Man has haunted the American imagination since at least the 1950s, passed from one teenager to another like a whispered warning. It's the kind of tale told in hushed tones at campfires and sleepovers, a frightening story about youthful recklessness and the very thin line between safety and terror. The implication of the Hook Man story is pretty chilling. Had they stayed even a few moments longer, killer would have found him. Bye-bye, teenagers.
Bye.
This particular variation of the urban legend was cemented into pop culture on November 8th, 1960, when the story appeared in the Dear Abby advice column.
Oh.
Yeah.
What'd Abby have to say about it?
Well, I don't have what Abby had to say, but I do have the letter.
Okay.
So a teenage girl wrote in, Dear Abby, if you are interested in teenagers, you will print this story.
Oh.
I don't know whether it's true or not, but it doesn't matter because it served its purpose for me. A fellow and his date pulled into their favorite Lover's Lane to listen to the radio and do a little necking. The music was interrupted by an announcer who said there was an escaped convict in the area who had served time for rape and robbery.
Bullshit.
He was described as having a hook instead of a right hand. The couple became frightened and drove away. When the boy took his girl home, he went around to open the car door for her. Then he saw a hook on the door handle.
Ruh-roh.
I will never park to make out as long as I live. I hope this does the same for other kids.
Okay.
She's
just trying to warn people.
She's trying to get it out there. I get it. And Dear Abby published it. By the time of that publication, the story was already widespread, but the Dear Abby letter really helped to solidify it in the public's consciousness, specifically in the U.S.
Yeah.
As with many urban legends, the Hookman tale exists in multiple variations, each more gruesome than the last. In another version, the teens don't escape in time. The killer grabs hold of the car's roof and is carried along, eventually killing the pair.
Ooh.
In darker retellings, the boyfriend...
That wasn't dark enough.
Nope.
Oh, no.
In darker retellings, the boyfriend exits the car, sometimes to use the bathroom, sometimes to investigate a noise, and never returns. The girl, left alone, hears rhythmic thuds on the roof.
Hate that.
When she finally steps outside, she finds his mutilated body hanging above the car, his feet or fingernails responsible for the scraping noise.
Was that scene in Urban Legends, the movie? Yeah. Okay, because I remember this visual.
Yeah, the Urban Legends movie is also a great movie that explores like all of these things happening at the time.
Yeah.
And has I think a Hookman too, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, wasn't that it?
I'd have to go back and rewatch it. I rewatched Urban Legends a while ago, but who is in it?
Rebecca Gayheart.
Rebecca Gayheart, the red-haired girl. Alicia Witt.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, in one of the most chilling versions, the Hookman sits atop the car, banging the boyfriend's severed head on the roof while holding the car keys in his other hand.
Oh, that's just rude.
Still, others remove the lover's lane setting entirely, turning the legend into a broader warning about teen sexuality. In one telling, the Hookman enters a college dorm and kills a sexually active student while sparing her virgin roommate.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard this one. The survivor wakes to find the message, "Aren't you glad you didn't turn on the light?" written in blood.
Ew.
Yeah. The roommate thinks that the other girl is just messing around with somebody.
Oh, got it.
But she's being murdered.
Yikes.
And then wakes up and finds that note.
Okay.
Spooky.
The things that the media will do to try to get kids to not have sex.
Y'all, just tell them about it and give them the necessary things to make it safe.
Exactly.
Because the more you hide it, the more shit you're going to get into.
Yep.
Folklorists have long studied the Hookman's symbolic weight. Swedish folklorist Bengt af Klintberg,
I am obsessed with the way you said that.
Thank you, viewed the tale as a metaphor for societal boundaries.
Societal boundaries, you say?
Where the killer, as deviant, punishes those who stray from accepted behavior. Famed folklore scholar Bill Ellis interpreted the Hookman as a moral enforcer, a disabled figure whose lack of sexuality drives him to stop teenagers from exploring theirs.
Okay.
Another American folklorist, Alan Dundes, offers a Freudian reading, suggesting the severed hook is a representation of castration and male fear of sexual rejection.
That feels like a stretch, but okay.
It does kind of. Yeah, I think the other two made more sense. And there's more. Some versions feature calls from the killer coming from inside the house. This is kind of where we're getting a classic one. Others link the hook-handed man to other ghost stories or hitchhiker legends. Even the phrase man, door, hand, hook, car door. I'll tell you.
What?
No. I know this is weird. Man, door, hand, hook, car door became an internet meme in the 2000s. A garbled summary of the tale that illustrates how embedded and absurd the legend has become in pop culture. I looked this up because I kept seeing it mentioned.
Okay.
And looking at the urban legend and the folklore history around it. And I found the original meme.
Okay.
And it's bizarre, Kate. It's an anonymous post. I have a picture of it here. I'm not going to read the entire thing because we've already talked about the story. It's a poorly written version of the urban legend story.
Okay.
Very poorly written. And like it starts, man and girl go out to drive under moonlight.
All right.
And then everything happens. So the guy left to get full for the car. After 2 hours, the girls say, "Where is my baby?" He was supposed to be back by now. Then the girl hear a scratching sound and voice say, "Let me in." The girl doesn't do it, and then after a while, she goes to sleep. The next morning, she wakes up and finds her boyfriend still not there. She gets out to check, and man, door, hand, hook, car door.
It sounds like early AI tried to write that.
But it became like a famous meme. And I went on all these Reddit threads to like look at people's different iterations of the hook urban legend, and this kept popping up. And I was like, how bizarre that in the early 2000s, like, people thought this was hysterical.
It is pretty
it's funny.
Can we also talk about the fact that she just went to sleep in the car waiting for her boyfriend?
Yes.
What?
Oh, my God.
Oh, he's not back yet? I'll just take a nap.
Right.
No, like, go home.
Well, and then man, door, hand, hook, car door.
There you go. That's what's going to happen to you.
Anywho, the story has been reinforced in countless books, movies, and TV shows, from scary stories to tell in the dark, to supernatural, to even an episode of SpongeBob SquarePants.
Okay.
But the one that really takes the cake is the 1997 film, I Know What You Did Last Summer. The movie even gave the hook-handed killer a starring role, turning the urban legend into a cinematic slasher. There's a moment in the beginning of the movie when the group of teenagers is sitting on the beach and actually discussing the legend of the hook-handed man. I love this because they're all giving their takes on what they've heard. Like, one of them says it was the boyfriend hanging. I think Freddie Prinze Jr.'s character is like, no, it was his blood dripping on the car that made the noise. But the roots of the Hookman legend may be darker and more real than many realize.
Oh.
Some folklorists and writers have speculated that the Hookman story may have been inspired by the Texarkana Moonlight Murders, a series of unsolved killings in the spring of 1946. Let's talk about it. It's crazy. In the early months of 1946, a strange fear settled over a quiet patch of the American South. Texarkana, a twin city straddling the border between Bowie County, Texas, and Miller County, Arkansas, was the kind of place where people left their doors unlocked, children played in the streets until dusk, and neighbors knew one another by name.
Yeah.
The cities shared more than just a name. They shared streets, commerce, and a sense of small-town solidarity. The region at the time had dense woods, winding roads, and long stretches of farmland that offered both privacy and, as it turned out, peril.
Yikes.
Texarkana had always been a crossroads. Its position on major railway lines brought in traveling salesmen, performers, and the occasional troublemaker. The Arkansas side was known for being a little more relaxed with its drinking laws, and in the years before the murders, the area gained a reputation for both opportunity and vice. Some called it Little Chicago, a nod to its surprising crime rate.
Okay. People need to
get over their obsession with Chicago's crime.
Guess what? Every big city has crime.
Yeah.
Every small city has crime. Chicago is no different.
There's crimes happening everywhere all the time.
All the time.
All at once.
Every crime everywhere all at once.
That's something, Kate. Bookmark that.
I just did.
So the state line of that city even cut directly through the U.S. Post Office and courthouse in the town.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I think they did that on purpose.
Okay.
Because they're like, hey, it's for both. So let's just put it right on the line.
All right.
Socially, Texarkana in 1946 was conservative and tight-knit. World War II had just ended, and the mood across America was one of cautious optimism.
Sure.
Men were coming home from overseas, families were reuniting, and the economy was beginning to recover. But this post-war peace was fragile. The trauma of the war still lingered, and across the country, there was unease about what the future held.
Yeah.
In Texarkana, that unease was amplified by the sense that while the war had ended abroad, something deeply unsettling was just beginning at home. One chilly February night, that fear became something real. A masked figure emerged from the darkness, and Texarkana was never the same again. It began just before midnight on February 22nd, 1946. 25-year-old Jimmy Hollis and his 19-year-old girlfriend Mary Jean Larry had parked on a secluded road just outside Texarkana, Texas, after seeing a movie. They were barely 10 minutes into their conversation when a man appeared at the driver's side window. He wore a white cloth sack over his head.
Ew.
With crude eye holes cut out, and held a flashlight that blinded them. I don't want to kill you, fellow, so do what I say, he said. The man forced both out of the car. He demanded Jimmy remove his pants.
What?
Then beat him with the butt of his gun, so violently that Hollis's skull fractured in 2 places.
Oh my God.
Mary Jean, in a panic, tried to reason with the man, even showing him Jimmy's empty wallet. He struck her as well, then ordered her to run. When she did, he chased her down, called her a liar, knocked her to the ground, and sexually assaulted her with the gun barrel.
Oh my God.
Somehow, both victims survived.
Wow.
Mary Jean fled half a mile to a nearby house. Jimmy, dazed and bleeding, managed to flag down a motorist. The masked man had vanished into the night.
What was he going for there?
No clue.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. A month later, on March 24th, he returns.
Ugh.
Richard Griffin, 29, and Polly-Ann Moore, 17, had been dating for about 6 weeks. That Sunday morning, their bodies were found in Richard's car on a dirt turnout just off US Highway 67. The car was parked in a lover's lane, its doors closed. Griffin was slumped between the front seats on his knees with his head resting in his hands. His pockets had been turned out. Polly was face down in the back seat. Both had been shot in the back of the head with a .32 caliber pistol.
Oh, God.
Blood outside the car and a blood-soaked patch of earth suggested they had been killed outside and then placed back in the vehicle.
Weird.
Though local rumors spread quickly, there was no confirmed sexual assault. But that has been debated in old records. Authorities weren't originally telling the public about sexual assaults because they thought it would be something that anyone who knew about this would have to know.
Right.
One of those facts. From what I did read, it sounds like Moore was sexually assaulted.
Okay.
Then came April 14th. Betty Jo Booker, 15, was a vivacious high school student, an award-winning saxophonist, and Little Miss Texarkana title holder, who had just finished performing with her band at the VFW Club.
Wow.
She played sax in a couple of bands in the area.
Oh, that's cool.
Her ride that night was 16-year-old Paul Martin, a friend from school. Sometime after 1:30 a.m., the two disappeared. Paul's body was found hours later, lying on its side near North Park Road, shot 4 times.
Jeez.
Once through the nose, once in the ribs from behind, once in the hand, and once fatally in the back of the neck.
Oh my God.
Blood was also found across the road, suggesting he had tried to run or fight back.
Ooh.
Betty Jo's body wasn't discovered until later that morning. She was found nearly 2 miles away, fully clothed, posed eerily behind a tree, with one hand in the pocket of her buttoned-up overcoat.
Weird.
She had been shot twice, once through the chest and once in the face. Her saxophone was missing. The weapon matched the .32 caliber pistol used in the Griffin Moore murders previously. Records maintain that Betty Jo was also sexually assaulted, quoting that it was similar to Polly Ann Moore's assault, which had not been confirmed. So they said in Betty Jo's report that she had been sexually assaulted and then mentioned that it was similar to how Moore was assaulted, which then, it's not official, but confirms to me that they all had been assaulted. The final attack came just weeks later on May 3rd, and it shattered any illusion that safety could be found at home. Virgil Starks, 37, a farmer and welder, was sitting in his armchair reading the newspaper in his farmhouse in Miller County, Arkansas. His wife, Katie, 36, was in another room when she heard the shatter of glass. Virgil had been shot through the back of the head through the window.
What the fuck is wrong with this dude?
Twice by someone standing outside.
He just likes to kill for the thrill of it.
Mm-hmm. As Katie rushed to the phone, she was shot as well, twice in the face.
Jeez.
Miraculously, she survived.
Oh, wow.
Blinded and bleeding, she stumbled through the house, unable to see but determined to escape, and she could hear the guy outside.
Ooh.
She made it to her sister's house across the road, but no one was home. So she went to another neighbor, A.V. Prater, and collapsed there, gasping, "Virgil's dead."
Oh my goodness.
The killer had used a .22 caliber weapon this time, not the .32 used in the previous attacks. Virgil became the Phantom's 5th and final victim. Katie's survival was nothing short of miraculous. Police struggled to connect this murder to the Phantom, which I understand because there's so much different about it.
Yeah.
Like, it's in a house, it's a different gun, but there's no other evidence from this guy. So it sort of gets lumped in there. I don't everything I read about it talks about this case. I can see how it would be something separate that happens at the same time. It takes place at night. It's with a gun. Nobody sees anything. So we don't know
if it was actually the same killer.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. I mean, that I could see that. I could also see where he just like changes his MO.
Yeah.
But if that's also his last kill, it does seem interesting that he would change it up and then stop.
Exactly. It's weird. In just 10 weeks, 5 people were dead.
Jeez.
3 more were lucky enough to escape with their lives, but none escaped the terror. The attacks were random, brutal, and without clear motive.
And you don't think about a serial killer in the 40s in Texarkana.
Right.
Like
No.
that just, you don't even fathom that.
No, of course not. All occurred on weekends, all targeted couples, all were carefully executed under the cover of night, like a ghost slipping into the shadows. Texarkana, once a quiet border town, had become a place where no one felt safe after dark.
Yeah.
As the murders continued, fear settled over Texarkana like a fog. With each new attack, panic swelled, and law enforcement scrambled to respond to a killer who left behind no fingerprints and hardly any evidence.
Wow.
They did find footprints at one of the scene, but rain washed them away before they could examine
Well,
it.
damn it.
Tire tracks were also found nearby, but they were not from any unusual or uncommon vehicle at the time.
So they couldn't really like differentiate if it
Not
was.
really. It's like, well, hundreds of people own that
Yeah.
same vehicle. Police from both Texas and Arkansas joined forces, along with the Texas Rangers, Arkansas State Police, and even the FBI. Sheriff Bill Presley of Bowie County and Chief Jack... Start that over. I'm going to take a drink of water, Kate. Is that okay?
Is that okay? Yeah.
You're like, no, keep talking. Gatorade makes those hydration sticks now.
Uh-huh.
And they have like a mango flavored one.
I'm really into mango right now.
It's delicious.
So good.
Thanks, Gatorade. At the end of this podcast, Kate and I go downstairs and one of us dumps the Gatorade,
A jug of
Gatorade over each other, like in sports, right? They do that at football.
They do that. Yeah.
Well, it's a waste of Gatorade, in my opinion.
No, you want to know what's a waste in sports? Is when a team, like let's say a baseball team wins a big championship, they take champagne in the locker room, several bottles, and they're all like shaking up the bottles and then they just spray it on each other. I'm like, that's perfectly good champagne. It drives me crazy.
That I hate. Because
like,
that's expensive and
it
champagne
really
is delicious.
me.
Get some seltzer.
What
I don't know
about
why I
just
said it like that.
good old water,
Just
regular
water.
old water, a natural resource.
Yeah, or those little confetti poppers.
That's a lot to clean up.
That is a lot to clean up. Sheriff Bill Presley of Bowie County and Chief Jack Runnels of Texarkana Police led the initial efforts, while Captain Manuel Lone Wolf Gonzalez became the public face of the investigation.
Okay.
He was charismatic, armed to the teeth, and always ready for the next headline. But behind the scenes, Gonzalez was criticized by fellow officers for showboating and taking credit for others' work. Not great. He was like the face of everything,
Sure.
would tell all the updates, but he wasn't doing all of it.
I see.
The case quickly escalated. Dozens of officers patrolled secluded roads, decoy couples, some real, some mannequins, were placed in parked cars to try and lure the killer.
I mean, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. Investigators urged citizens to report anyone who had been, quote, missing or out of the pocket on the nights of the attacks. A black flashlight found at the Starks murder scene became the key piece of evidence.
Okay.
The Texarkana Gazette even published the first spot-colored photo in its history to show the flashlight.
What does spot colored mean? What do you mean by spot colored photo?
I think because everything was in black and white at the time. In newspapers, they colored this picture
I see. Okay.
to be able to, and I think spot coloring is a kind of newspaper coloring. Let me look it up real quick. The use of premixed inks to reproduce specific colors.
Oh, okay.
But no arrests were made, and fear turned to hysteria.
Sure.
Residents who once slept with open windows now nailed them shut.
Nailed shut. Oh,
Nailed.
jeez. Well, the thing is, like, he shot through a window.
Yeah.
So it's like that doesn't even help.
No. Gun shops sold out of pistols, ammunition, locks, and blinds. People fashioned homemade alarm systems, strings of pots and pans tied to doorknobs and windows. Families crowded into hotels when fathers were away.
Oh, wow.
Law enforcement, fearing accidental shootings, began announcing themselves with sirens and loudspeakers before even approaching homes. The killer was dubbed the Phantom after a Texarkana Gazette headline on April 16th, and the name stuck. It perfectly captured what made him so terrifying. He struck without warning and vanished without a trace.
Yeah.
Dozens of suspects were questioned, but only a few ever came close to being seriously considered. The most prominent was Ewell Swinney, a 29-year-old car thief and counterfeiter. Arkansas State Police Officer Max Tackett had noticed that cars were being stolen before each murder, only to be found abandoned afterwards. In July of 1946, Tackett staked out one of the stolen vehicles. When a woman came to retrieve it, she turned out to be Swinney's wife, Peggy.
Oh.
Her story shocked investigators. In a detailed confession, she said UL had committed the Booker Martin murders, describing details not made public. But her story changed multiple times.
What the fuck, Peggy?
Consistently. She later recanted, and now his wife couldn't be compelled to testify against him.
So she knew things that had not been publicized about the murders.
Yes. But then she keeps changing the story. I wonder if it's because she regrets saying it, or if she was just guessing, or if she, I don't know.
It's interesting.
It's interesting, though.
At first I was like, yeah, Peggy, like, let's get it.
No.
But now I'm like, damn you, Peggy.
Damn it, Peggy. Swinney was never charged with murder.
Wow.
Instead, he was imprisoned for car theft as a habitual offender. He served time until 1973. Some investigators, including Sheriff Presley, believed Swinney was the Phantom, but without firm evidence, the case went cold.
Because the killings stopped around the time that he went into prison?
Yeah.
Interesting.
There were others, though. Henry Brooker Duty Tennyson, an 18-year-old Duty. Sorry, I had to laugh at that real quick.
You're 12.
Immature. 37 going on 11. That was stupid. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm going to start this over.
You're melting down.
Henry Booker Duty Tennyson, an 18-year-old college student, died by suicide in 1948.
Oh, damn.
He left behind a note confessing to the Booker, Martin, and Starks murders, but no evidence at all tied him to the crimes, and his alibi, which was playing cards with friends the night of the Starks killing, held up.
And he would have been 16 at the time of those murders. So, yeah, he's unlikely for me.
It doesn't sound, based on the account of the first couple who encountered him and weren't killed, it doesn't sound like this was some 16-year-old kid.
Yeah.
From their account of what they said.
Because that's where the person had the white...
The white hood.
Yeah, I just don't think it was a 16-year-old kid.
I don't either.
I mean, it could be. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, but that doesn't strike me as being plausible here.
Right. No, I agree. Ralph Bauman, a 21-year-old former Army Air Forces gunner, turned himself into the Los Angeles police after claiming he'd woken from a fugue state and feared he might be the killer.
How is he in Los Angeles? Was he a resident of LA?
Yeah. This is one of those.
Okay.
You know, he told police he was his own suspect, but investigators quickly dismissed him. His confessions didn't match anything in the facts.
You live you live in LA.
You live in LA. He wakes up. He's like, I killed all these people. Yeah.
Sounds like there's
something else going on.
There's something going on with him, but it wasn't this
that.
killing.
No.
Or these killings.
Police also questioned a saxophone peddler in Corpus Christi, because remember, the girl had her saxophone stolen. Arrested after trying to sell a saxophone like Betty Jo Booker's instrument.
Huh.
He fled a music store and was found with bloody clothing in his hotel room.
Oh.
But no saxophone was ever recovered. The bloody clothing didn't match anything, and he gets cleared. That's just a weird story.
Also, though, I mean, it was the 40s. I guess you could test for blood in the 40s, right?
I think so.
You could find the blood type, and if the blood type matched.
Sure.
So it didn't match any of those victims? That's interesting.
No, but yeah, he gets cleared.
Huh. I feel like, I don't know. I don't know that I would clear him that quickly.
An escaped German prisoner of war was also briefly suspected. He was reportedly in the region trying to buy ammunition around the time of the Starks murder, but he vanished without a trace. There were others still, false confessors, local oddballs, and rumored suspects with flimsy alibis. One man was suspected simply because his tire tracks matched those found near a body, but he failed a polygraph only because he was hiding an affair, not a murder.
Oh, shit. Okay, speaking of affairs. Did
you see the CEO?
Yes. Yes. Oh, my God. If you don't know what we're talking about, so the cold place.
Yeah.
You had to have seen it. If you opened up
any social media,
anything, or like turned on your television. What a dumbass.
Idiot.
What a dumbass.
Both
Both
of them.
of them.
Both of them. I love that you brought that up. I wanted to talk to you about
Oh
it.
my God, it's so. I mean,
bananas.
I've been scrolling every headline about that. All the comments are genius.
Golden.
I love
Golden
it.
comments. Where was I? One man was suspected tire mac. Oh yeah, because of the affair. So there was another suspect, Earl McSpadden, who was found dead on railroad tracks just days after the last killing. His limbs were severed by a train.
Oh.
And while some believed he was the Phantom's final victim or the Phantom himself, that never got figured out. But again, it's just like this weird, I think that's a coincidence. It could be. I mean, you could tie it, but I don't see the Phantom, or maybe he did. Maybe he changed his MO again and pushed someone in front of a train. But it doesn't sound right to me.
It doesn't sound like something the Phantom would do based on how he because that's personal, because you're making physical contact.
Right, and he's using a gun.
Yeah, he's like staying back and using a gun. I also don't think that who knows, but I don't think that he would die by suicide after that last killing, simply because he was ramping up. I don't think he would suddenly decide, I can't do this anymore.
No, I think, if we believe that the Starks murder is the Phantom, the farmhouse one, it does sound like, he's changing things. He's getting more bold. He's like going to people's houses. Yeah, it sounds like this is something that would have continued had something not happened to the killer.
Like if you stole a car and got caught.
Mm-hmm. In total, more than 400 suspects were investigated.
Wow.
Hundreds of tips poured in. Rewards grew to over $10,000. Still, the killer remained at large.
Texarkana, I wouldn't even think it was that big for 400 suspects.
No, it's not.
I feel like that's
big.
Half the town.
Yeah,
I don't know how big Texarkana is. I'm sure it's bigger than that.
Eventually, I think nowadays it's kind of a hopping place, but back then it was kind of a quiet, small town feel.
Yeah.
Eventually, the fear faded. No more murders came, but Texarkana never forgot. The case officially remained open, unsolved, haunting, and very much alive in the town's collective memory. To this day, no one knows for sure who the Phantom Killer was. Only that he came out of the dark, struck with horrifying precision, and disappeared just as quickly, leaving a trail of blood, fear, and silence behind him. This story is likely where we get our urban legend about a masked, hooked-handed slasher that stalks teenagers at lovers' lanes.
I could see it.
Yeah. So let's translate this to Hollywood and late 90s horror.
Okay.
In the late 1990s, horror was having a moment. And I Know What You Did Last Summer rode that wave straight to the top of the box office. But the movie's journey started decades earlier with a very different story. Back in 1973, author Lois Duncan published a young adult novel called I Know What You Did Last Summer. It followed 4 teens, same names as the movie teens, who, after accidentally killing a cyclist in a hit and run, are stalked by someone who seems to know their secret. It was a suspenseful mystery, tense but bloodless. No one except the cyclist dies in the book.
Okay.
It's more a whodunit than a slasher.
Okay.
Fast forward to 1996, when Scream explodes onto the scene. Written by Kevin Williamson, Scream reinvigorated the horror genre with its self-aware script, sharp dialogue, brutal kills. Love Scream.
I like that you went from brutal kills to love Scream.
So Scream was a hit with audiences and studios alike. Off that success, Dimension Films signed Williamson to a multi-million-dollar deal and wanted more of what he did best. But before Scream, the sequel, even started going, another project started taking shape. I Know What You Did Last Summer.
What you did last summer.
The rights to Duncan's book were held by Mandalay Pictures, a production company run by former Sony Pictures chairman Peter Guber. Seeing Williamson's rise, they asked him to adapt the book. And while he kept the basic premise, the guilty teens, the threatening messages, he completely reimagined the tone. The killer became the fisherman, a hook-handed slasher, stalking the kids one by one. Williamson took the soft-edged thriller and transformed it into a full-blown horror movie.
Yeah.
The new villain was inspired by Williamson's North Carolina roots. He came from a family of fishermen, and his father even helped him work out how someone might be strung up on a boat's A-frame.
Oh, wow.
One of the classic scenes in the last part of the movie. His father said, Kevin, that would never happen. And Kevin said, yes, but it's in the movie.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, filming took place in North Carolina, not far from where Williamson was simultaneously launching his other major project, Dawson's Creek.
I don't want to wait for our lives to be over. Okay, I was obsessed with Dawson's Creek.
Were you?
Oh my God.
I wasn't.
Oh God, I was obsessed.
I knew of it, and I caught the random episode on TV here and there.
Okay.
But never fully got invested.
Oh my God, I was all in.
Did you watch all 6 seasons?
Yes, I did.
Amazing.
Who do you think I am? I think I'm just going to start Dawson's Creek
not
and
finish
not
it?
finish it?
Where does the creek end? What river?
Doesn't.
It doesn't. It gets deeper with time. In fact, both productions were happening on the same studio lot.
Oh, that's crazy.
And Williamson often bounced between them. He wrote rewrites, oversaw reshoots, including adding a death scene for Johnny Galecki's character, and helped shape the film right up to the finish line.
I love that he's going from horror slasher teen movie to like this teen angsty drama coming of age series.
It's so good. The cast was a who's who of late 90s heartthrobs. Jennifer Love Hewitt, Sarah Michelle Gellar. Love. I've told you I have an autographed picture of hers, right?
I don't think so.
So I used to read Teen People.
Okay, yeah.
And I get it. I subscribe to it. And I think it was in Teen People where they would give you fan club addresses to write into.
Uh-huh.
And I wrote Sarah Michelle Gellar a letter about how much I loved Buffy.
Oh.
And how it was like, you know, I was like, my childhood is dark and Buffy is the light and my whatever. And she sent me an autographed picture that says like, all the best, love, Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Oh, that's cool.
And I still have it. It's in my memory.
I would hope so.
Yeah. I love it. Anyway, love her. Ryan Phillippe, Freddie Prinze Jr., and Johnny Galecki. With Williamson's name hot and the Scream-style slasher formula now in full swing. Swing?
That's the new word.
I love that.
I
Swing.
like it.
The movie had all the ingredients of a hit.
Yeah.
Released in October 1997 with a budget of $17 million, I Know What You Did Last Summer debuted at number 1 at the U.S. box office and stayed there for 3 weeks.
Nice.
It went on to gross $126 million worldwide.
Woo.
But not everyone was thrilled.
Well, who are the bitches that didn't like it?
Lois Duncan, the original author, was horrified by what her book had become.
Oh, no.
Years earlier, in 1989, her daughter Caitlin Arquette had been murdered in a shooting, a trauma that made her view on-screen violence difficult to stomach. She said in interviews that she was appalled and didn't find murder something to squeal and giggle about.
I can understand that.
I get that.
For sure.
Yeah. In a 2010 Q&A, she revealed that she hadn't even known the killer had been turned into a hook-wielding fisherman until she saw the finished film.
I mean, she would have had to sell the rights to the film.
And I think that's exactly... She did to Mandalay Pictures.
Yeah. I guess it depends on what that contract says of how much they can adapt it and change it. So if she wasn't a consultant on the film, then I could see why she would be pissed.
I get that. And I don't think she was. She was not a consultant on the film. And there are other I Know What You Did Last Summer movies. There's, I think I'll talk about them later, but I'll just talk about them now. But there's I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. There's I Think I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer, which I've never seen. It's like a straight to video.
Okay.
Whatever. There was a TV series in 2021 that Amazon Prime launched that ran for 1 season and then just got canceled. I think there's 8 episodes. And then, of course, this reboot, which came out on Friday.
And got panned.
Ooh, I still want to see it. But she's credited as characters created by
Well, yeah, they
Lois
would have
Duncan.
to be.
Yeah. And she's passed away now. She passed away in 2016.
Oh, okay.
But she admitted that the movie's popularity brought renewed interest in her books, even if it came in, as she put it, a very strange way.
Sure.
But I want to talk about the murder of her daughter because it
Yeah.
was a cold case up until
Oh.
like 3 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it happened in 1989. It's an episode of Unsolved Mysteries.
Okay.
On the night of July 16th, 1989, 18-year-old Caitlin Arquette was driving through Albuquerque, New Mexico, when she was shot in the head and left for dead.
While she was driving?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God.
It was a brutal end to a bright future. Kate had just graduated from Highland High School and had plans to attend the University of New Mexico with hopes of one day going to medical school.
Oh, wow.
Instead, she became the victim of a killing that would baffle her family and investigators for decades. A month earlier, Caitlin had moved in with her boyfriend, a man 8 years older than her, though she had told her parents he was only 4 years older than her. Her mother, Lois Duncan, had accepted the relationship, unaware of the deeper truth behind it. Caitlin's relationship quickly soured. On the day of her murder, she told her mother she was breaking things off and begged her to cover for her whereabouts if her boyfriend were to ask.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
She said she was having dinner with a friend and might spend the night at this friend's place or at home, but she was not returning to the apartment she shared with the boyfriend.
Gotcha.
That night, she left her friend's house around 10:45 p.m., heading east on Lomas Boulevard. Sometime during her drive, another car pulled up beside her and someone shot her twice in the head.
God.
A little before midnight, her parents received a call from the hospital. Caitlin was in a coma. She died the next day. When police arrived at her apartment 5 hours later, they found her boyfriend alone. He claimed he had spent the evening out with friends, eating, drinking, playing pool. He showed police a note allegedly from Caitlin saying she'd be home at a certain time. But when journalist Mike Gallagher examined the note, it was clear that handwriting was not Caitlin's.
Yeah, I mean, I assumed it was the boyfriend from the start.
More troubling, 3 phone calls were made from the apartment shortly after Caitlin was pronounced dead. The calls were traced to a Vietnamese paralegal in Orange County, the same individual allegedly connected to an insurance scam Kate's boyfriend was involved in.
Okay, Kate's boyfriend, you are a murderer. Allegedly.
Allegedly. Kate had rented a car with her parents' credit card, which he used in a staged accident as part of a multi-million-dollar fraud operation.
Oh, jeez.
Kate and her boyfriend received about $1,500 from the settlement, but she had begun to pull away and possibly knew too much.
So she knew about the insurance scheme.
Yeah, it seems like she did.
Okay.
And I think she was helping, but I think she didn't like it.
Yeah.
I mean, she's younger. Not to say that that's an excuse or anything, but she's with this older guy who's involved in all this shady shit.
Yeah.
And it sounds like he's having her do things like rent the car with the credit card
I hate
and be a part of
this.
that. And then she starts to not like that. And I think that's why she was kind of moving away from him.
I see.
According to her former landlord, Caitlin was more afraid of her boyfriend's friends than of him.
Huh.
She disliked how this isn't great. She didn't like how they spoke Vietnamese around her and made fun of her.
I mean, I get not liking being made fun of. So is she racist?
It sounds a little like
fuck.
it. Oh, the night she died, several of them were reportedly drinking at her apartment. Despite this, police did not pursue the gang connection to the insurance thing.
They were a gang?
It sounds like it was this gang of
Okay,
this
the plot
Vietnamese
thickens.
gang of insurance fraudsters
Okay.
in New Mexico.
All right.
They didn't pursue a connection to other people or that were around her at the time.
Okay.
Instead, 6 months later, they followed a lead to Juvenal Escobedo, who had recently sold a brown Camaro, a vehicle matching the description of one seen chasing a car like Caitlin's near the time of the shooting. But police couldn't connect Escobedo to any kind of weapon, and the charges just didn't stick.
Okay.
He had the same kind of car, but nothing else was lining up.
Damn.
Eventually, Kate's boyfriend admitted to participating in the insurance scam, but denied any involvement in her death. He has never been charged with that and is not considered a suspect.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Her mother, Lois Duncan, never stopped fighting. She conducted her own investigation, collected documents, and confronted law enforcement about what she saw as glaring oversights.
Mm-hmm.
She said, quote, "We believe Kate was killed because she was going to expose illegal activities involving her boyfriend and his companions," she said. "She was not shot randomly." Tragically, Duncan passed away in 2016, never seeing justice for her daughter.
Oh, I hate that.
But in July 2021, the case took a shocking turn. Paul Raymond Apodaca, a 53-year-old convicted felon, was arrested by University of New Mexico police for violating probation. Upon his arrest, he stunned investigators by confessing to multiple murders and rapes from the 1980s and 90s, including the murder of Caitlin Arquette.
Did he know her?
Apodaca, no, also confessed to killing Althea Oakley, a University of New Mexico student stabbed to death in June 1988, and 13-year-old Stella Gonzalez, who was shot on Central Avenue on September 9th, 1988. Gonzalez had been walking with a friend when someone in a car opened fire. She died at the hospital. Apodaca's confessions have now linked him to 3 previously unsolved murders in Albuquerque. Detectives charged Apodaca with the Oakley murder in August 2021 and have worked with the district attorney's office to formally charge him for Gonzalez's and Arquette's death. So they were linked to this guy. They investigated and were linked, and he killed them randomly.
Wild. That's so weird.
Yeah, he was just shooting young women, stabbing them, just going around doing it willy-nilly.
So 32 years after Caitlin was murdered, he says, "Oh, I killed this person?"
Yeah. He was already arrested and in jail and was on probation. And then, what did I say?
He did something to violate.
He violated his probation and essentially went back to jail and then confessed to all these murders. Who knows why he did that?
And they found absolute evidence that it's him.
And he was charged.
Terrifying. How random.
Right. And then her mom, Lois, was like, this was connected to the insurance scheme. It was connected to the boyfriend. It wasn't just some rando. It absolutely was just some rando.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
So on January 25th, 2024, Apodaca was sentenced to 45 years in the Department of Corrections. He will also be required to register on the sex offender registry. I skipped a paragraph. Apodaca also had claimed to committed multiple rapes. And thanks to Mayor Tim Keller's initiative to process more than 5,000 untested sexual assault kits, at least one of those claims has been confirmed by DNA evidence.
Oh, wow.
So he was a rapist murderer just roaming the streets, killing young women and raping them.
Jeez.
In the late 80s.
Wild.
Okay, so the success of I Know What You Did Last Summer led to multiple sequels, and now we have this iteration that hits the theaters. I'm super excited to see it. And Kate, that is the story. I know this was a lot of different things, but that is the story of the movie I Know What You Did Last Summer, the book it's based on, the author Lois Duncan, whose daughter was murdered, the myth and urban legend of the hook-handed man, and the Texarkana Murders of 1946.
I learned so many things.
Right? I did too.
Crazy.
Bananas.
And that guy, may he rot in jail.
Yes.
Oh, wow. What a journey that you just took us all on.
Yeah. I kept finding like new rabbit holes, and I was like, what?
I know. That's me when I'm researching. I'm like, well, I guess I'm spending the next 24 hours reading about this thing.
Yeah, I know. Same. But yeah, there we go.
Wow. Well, you can leave your comments for this episode on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or Spotify at
Horrorwood Podcast.
And you can shoot us an email at
horrorwoodpodcast@gmail.com.
Or you can be like Kelly, our newest Misfit Murderino, and pop on over to Patreon at
patreon.com/horrorwoodpodcast. One thing I forgot to say, Kate, is that there is a movie based specifically on the Texarkana murders called The Town That Dreaded Sundown.
Oh,
from the 70s.
Sounds terrifying.
Yeah. I haven't seen it, but I want to watch it.
All right, Misfits, don't do murder.
Yeah.
Have a great week. And if you do see the new I Know What You Did Last Summer, let us know your thoughts.
Let us know your thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the comments, in an email, wherever you want to leave
Wherever, anywhere.